Well, this has been the top story on our website and social media pages here and around the country for 24 hours now. A man named Roger in Big Lake is devastated after someone wrongly accused him on Facebook of being a creeper in his truck when he was simply looking up directions. A lot of you were curious, and we were curious too. What are your rights on social media when it comes to false posts or statements?
No, Roger was not being a creeper, as this Facebook post suggested.
She said I took pictures, and I didn't take any pictures.
In fact, police determined Roger was just looking up an address on his phone. But the damage in the court of public opinion was already done.
Why would people do that? To ruin a person's life like that? It's just not right.
It brings up an interesting question in the age of social media. What can happen to you if you post something harmful that's not true?
Absolutely, you can be liable.
Matthew Scopp is a commercial lawyer with experience in defamation cases.
And that's something to think about. It's like writing a letter. It's like writing a book.
Except social media has completely changed the game.
It's made speech a lot less formal, and so people are a lot less thoughtful about what they write. Social media has allowed almost anyone to reach a large, broad audience. And if the statements that are being disseminated are false and defamatory, then the harm that can result from that is much more significant.
And if the victim isn't a public figure or celebrity, it's a lower threshold for defamation.
A private citizen doesn't have the opportunity or the pulpit to speak out about about things that are said about them.
So keep that in mind the next time you log into Facebook or Twitter.
Don't think that just because you're laying in bed, typing on your phone, that it can't lead to liability if the statement you make is false.
And one thing to point out, there's a difference in the law between an opinion and a fact. You can't be sued for opinions. That, of course, is covered by the First Amendment. But Julie, as for Roger in this Big Lake situation, there's been an outpouring of support for him. People feel so badly about what happened to him, and they wanted to show that they care for him.
Well, and part of the reason this story today is having such an impact is because so many people shared the story of his truck thinking he was a creeper. So it's a good reminder, too, don't share things if they haven't been corroborated yet.
Sure, and just how quickly they can spread as well.
Right. Thanks so much, Danny. Well, a lot of people have been leaving cards for Roger at the Big Lake Police Department. The chief says if you'd like to drop one off, you can. He'll make sure that Roger gets each and every one of them. We'll also post the address on our website. Another big story tonight, and that is the weekend forecast. Hey, JD.
Yeah, hey, they're absolutely gorgeous out there today. Temperatures climbed up near 60 degrees for a lot of folks, and we had plenty of sunshine. And the good news, we have one more day of that before things start to change. Still holding on to pretty mild temperatures here in the metro, 50 degrees, 46 in St. Cloud.